Despite being considerably shorter and safer than it used to be, the Nurburgring is still steeped in history and tradition.
Thank you very much, Murray, and welcome to round 14 of the F1 99 Championship. So, getting into the closing stages. So, we'll have a quick look at the championship table. So you can see Eddie Irvine's got a 15-point lead over myself in second, and I have a 13-point lead over Mika Hakkinen. So, very close in the Constructors' Championship between McLaren and Jordan, but it looks highly likely that Ferrari are going to win the Constructors' Championship. So into qualifying, so go through turns 1 and 2. So back then it was a right-left chicane, not the hairpin that we now know it, and make a bit of a mess of it, which means I go down to 9th place, or my first lap puts me in 9th place. But further on into qualifying, as you can see there, much neater through the first chicane. Very important on this track because one corner leads into another. It's a really nice flowing track, but you've really got to get your lines right as you go down through these corners. So down to the bottom of the circuit at the hairpin, end of the first sector. So 1.111 seconds ahead of David Coulthard in pole, up towards the Schumacher S. Easy flat out on this game. As we go towards the next corner, now this one's a bit, you have to be a bit careful because you can see it looks banked there on the corner, but you cannot carry that much speed into it. It doesn't act like, you know, what you would expect. But going down the back straight towards the final chicane, so coming up to the end of the second sector, we'll see how we're doing as we start braking. So 0.3 up, so we dropped quite a bit of time there in the middle sector to go into the final corner. Have we done enough to take provisional pole as we go over the start-finish line? And yes, we have taken provisional pole, but all the time that we lost in the middle sector, we gained it in the last sector, and then lost a load more in the first corner there as we tried getting past that Williams. So a bit later on into qualifying, going towards the final chicane, just a little bit down on my provisional pole time, but much neater through the chicane, much neater through the final corner. Have we improved our pole time? And the answer to that is yes, we've just improved it by just over a tenth. As got time for just one more lap here, go through the first chicane. I can see there's a frost up in front of me, and want to get past that to, you know, solidify my pole, but running a little bit wide there, going into the right hander, knocked him into the spin, and that will be the end of my qualifying as we go to Murray Walker and the grid.
Frentzen is on pole. Next to him, Mika Hakkinen. Sitting in the grid third slot, David Coulthard. In fourth, Eddie Irvine. Ralf Schumacher takes fifth. In sixth spot, Johnny Herbert. Seventh place for Jean Alesi. Rubens Barrichello is eighth. Ninth position for Mika Salo. 10th place for Jack Villeneuve. Giancarlo Fisichella is 11th. Damon Hill sits in 12th place. In 13th place, Pedro Diniz. Jarno Trulli takes 14th. Pedro de la Rosa starts in 15th. 16th place for Alexander Fuchs. Olivier Panis is 17th. Marc Genet, 18th. Luca Badoa, starting 19th. It'll be 20th for Alessandro Zanardi. Teranosuke Takagi, he's 21st. Someone's got to start last. Today, it's Ricardo Zonta.
So all the championship contenders right at the top of the grid. So I got pole, Eddie Irvine is in fourth, so if it stays like that at the end of the race, that will make a 7-point swing in my favour, so that would half the gap. So hopefully it stays like that, but we'll go over to Murray Walker and the red lights. Quite a long hold there on the red lights, and Mika Hakkinen has already made the jump which is what I really don't need because I'm going for a two-stop strategy in this race. I've got to get in front of Mika Häkkinen. I've got to build that gap. We go through the chicane, trying to go around the outside on the left-hander, and alongside going into the next left-hander. Will I be able to do it around the outside? Really close to Mika Häkkinen there, but have retaken the lead as we go down the hill towards the end of the first sector. So bit of a risky move there to get that lead back, but it has paid off as we go through the hairpin and up the hill for the first time. It's a bit of a I'm in a bit of a rock and a hard place in this one. I've got to be aggressive to keep that lead, but I've also got to be careful not to do anything stupid, because I need to win these remaining races to stand a chance in the World Championship. But what I don't want is Mika Häkkinen staying close behind as we go into the chicane. That he's too far back to have a go as we go through the final corner, the Coca-Cola curve for the first time. I'm going to go over the start-finish line, so it will be myself from Mika Häkkinen as the timing screen comes up. So it's myself from Mika Häkkinen. Eddie Irvine's got up to third. He's jumped Coulthard. Ralf Schumacher fifth, and I missed who was sixth there. There we go. Barrichello is in sixth. So good start for Stewart as well, jumping up a few places. So we'll skip forward to lap 8, so just very briefly past a broken down car, which was the Minardi of Marc Genet, who had a fantastic race to finish 6th in the real Grand Prix, but he will not be replicating that this time round. So there's the confirmation. Marc Genet retired on lap 7. As we climb up the hill and into lap number 10, so starting to catch up with some of the back markers already. So my two-stop strategy was to keep me out the back markers, but it's not really worked out that way. So coming up behind one of the arrows as we go through these corners. So this is probably me being a little bit cautious here, because normally I would have gone for it there, but I just can't risk losing the front wing in this race. So we get past the arrows. We've got Zonta's BAR. He's having an absolute terrible race, qualified in last, and he's only up to 20th after 10 laps. So trying to get past, as you can see there, he's having a bit of a read though. It's really putting me off. So don't get past him there as we go down the right-hander towards the final chicane. Where I just seem to have so much more pace over the AI on the exit. As we go through and get past Zonta, hopefully going into the final corner. We've now got Luca Badoa, who had, we know he had a fantastic race in the real Grand Prix, but I think he could have finished second that day. He had a very, very slow pit stop, lasted nearly a minute, and he came out around where Jarno Trulli was, and as we know, Jarno Trulli finished second in the real Grand Prix. So Badoa runs wide, and I take him, I put him a lap down. So we've just got the final arrows of Pedro Della Rosa up ahead. Get past him, and we've got a few more cars. We're climbing up the hill. It's just a bit of a risky place to try and pass it, because it's only one line through there. So just staying cautious, don't do anything stupid as we go through the left-hander, and nearly did do something stupid there. Just keep that nose cone on, just put in all the qualifying laps. Hopefully I might get out in the lead after my first pit stop. We go around the arrows there, a bit of lawn mowing, but get through. I'm pushing on every single lap here, because to make this two-stop strategy work, I've got to do qualifying laps all the way through, and I just don't want to be held up by these back markers. We get past Alex Wurtz's Benetton there. We go towards the final chicane. I believe that might be a cross up ahead. You always know how difficult they are to pass, so it is one of the cross, so getting past into the final corner. And so that was Jarno Trulli there. Up next is Olivier Panis. We go through the kink towards the chicane, so it will be an easy pass hopefully, but not in this occasion because he's blocked me off. But we'll just go around the final corner, much better run, up the inside of the cross. But in the last race, I made a bit of a Mickey out of the Peugeot engines. I think they heard what I've said and they've put a bit more power in that Peugeot because he kept up with me there and he's given me a little bit of a bump. I don't think he was too happy with the bump that I gave him at the chicane, at the final chicane, so he's giving me a bit of a bump at the first chicane. So that 14, make a bit of a pig's ear of the chicane, but get past the Williams and the Sauber. And up ahead is Johnny Herbert's Stewart, again another easy pass. So just pushing really hard here because I look on the map here on lap 19, I can see the leaders are going through the Schumacher S, so it's going to be a bit touch and go whether I come out in front as physicality gives a bit of a bonk.
I think those two cars may have touched just then.
But I've got clear track in front of me now, so I've really got to push because I'm going to be coming in the next couple of laps. So I need to get the best lap possible in now as I come into the pit lane at the end of lap 23. So it's a bit of a long pit lane here at the Nurburgring. And just be careful of that speed limit line because it's a bit hard to spot. You think it's the yellow line and it's not the yellow line, it's the white line. So coming in for our first stop here, so just a quick 7 second, fill up the tank, change the tyres, get it underway. So leaders are coming through the chicane now to finish their lap and done enough.
Of these drivers often amazes me, both physical and mental.
So good enough in that stint to come out in the lead, so that is quite important. So moving on to lap 25 as we go to the end of the first sector, we'll just get an update on what's been happening. So we see both the Saubers have retired within a lap of each other. So a bit of a bad day for the Sauber team. We go to lap 25, make a bit of a mistake in the final corner because I'm still trying to push here because I've got another stop to make. But the further I am in front, the better it will be for that final stint. So nearly halfway through the Grand Prix, we're just getting a quick update on what's happening behind us. So I've got a 15-second lead over Coulthard, Hakkinen and Irvine, so very close to second place there, only separated by just over a tenth. Damon Hill is followed by Ralf Schumacher, again very close between them, not only just in the race but also in the World Championship. So going on to lap 35 and we got some cars pitting, so I'll have a look at the mini-map there and I can see one of the McLarens is pitting, which is Mika Hakkinen, as you get the timing screen up again. So a few laps ago they were 15 seconds behind, but now they're only 11, so they have been catching up on me. As we go to the next lap and
Are we seeing something dramatic here?
Irvine and Coulthard are pitting, so where will Mika Hakkinen come out in all of that? Because that will be quite important for not only my race but also my World Championship. If Mika Hakkinen's got the jump on both of them, puts Irvine down to 4th, that's probably the best thing I could hope for at this moment. Because as I said in the beginning, Irvine's got a 15-point lead. If he finishes in 4th, that will pretty much half the championship gap. So we really need those McLaren to have a good race to get past Mika Salo's Ferrari, but not the best run through the first corner. So if Irvine finishes second, so that puts me 11 points ahead, we can just keep finishing second for the rest of the championship and we'll still win. So going to lap 38 here, so got a bit more lap markers to back markers to lap. We're getting past the cross. We also got the BAR to get by as well, so that BAR is onto. It's been a bit difficult to make a bit of heavy contact with them, but thankfully no harm done as we get a good exit out the right hander and get past into the kink that I'm being really careful with because he was gaining on me, and I could see he was thinking about a move up the inside, but I was just giving him the good old squeeze there, make him stop it. So lap number 40, and coming up behind one of the Williams that is caught fire. I'm hoping it's Ralf Schumacher because that'll be the best thing for the Constructors' Championship. As we are now coming up on Johnny Herbert's. So we get past the Stewarts and go towards the chicane. But as we go through the chicane here, run a little bit with a strange line through there because I'm trying to get past that Frost, which didn't want to cooperate. And it took quite a while to get past as we go through the right-hander, almost clipping my nose on the back of that car, but we do get through. So lap 43, and we've now caught up with Ralf Schumacher and Damon Hill. So,
And that could really blow the race wide open.
So such has been the pace. I've caught up with 5th and 6th as we go into the chicane, and I have a bit of an incident here with Ralf as I go into the final corner and hit him, and I was just like thinking, well, I'm about a lap or two short from my pit stop, might as well come in anyway. Down the pit lane we come for our second stop. Have I done enough to come out in the lead still? So just another quick 7-second stop, and going to be back underway, and it looks like I have done enough to retain that lead, and you know, soft tyres, build up to the end. I should be able to push and get away from those McLarens and Ferraris behind. We go on to lap 45, coming up behind Johnny Herbert again, so we get past into the first chicane, but I'm a bit offline here and make a bit of a mess. So he gets back in front again. But I'm still pushing really hard here because when I did my pit stop, I didn't come out far enough in front of what I thought I would do. So I'm really trying to push and get as much of a lead as I can. But because I'm pushing so much, I'm making silly little mistakes, like at the first chicane, at that hairpin. I believe I make another mistake a bit later on. Yes I do, so I end up in the gravel again. So just having a real rough time getting through these corners. And what I don't want is catching up on like with Ralf Schumacher there, getting in a bit of a battle with one of the arrows trying to put him a lap down. So I just can't afford to be losing time at this stage of the race. As going to get past the arrows here, hopefully. We get a good run down the hill, so we're going to sneak it up the inside, but I'm very nervous about these cars getting close. We go into the chicane, and again another mistake. So this is turning out to be a bit of a messy stint here as carry on into a lap 52. We've got a retirement up ahead, and it's going to be Luca Badoa. He's retired, so bad day for the Minardis. Had a fantastic race in the real one. Minardi's had a bit of a bad day. So lap 53, so coming up on Damon Hill, he's made a bit of contact there with that arrows, trying to put him a lap down. So you can see AI really do fight with each other on this game as they climb up the hill. So you need to get past both Damon and the arrows. So I think the call's got to be made by Eddie Jordan. Get Damon out the way and just let me carry on as we were getting past this arrows into the kink here. But he squeezed me up on the curb, so I've lost a bit of speed there, but I should be able to get past in the chicane, go around the outside of the right-hander, and it's just Damon Hill to get by. So Eddie Jordan's got to make the call here. He's got to let me get through for my sake. As we go down the hill on lap 54 into the hairpin, and I think Eddie Jordan has made the call because he's starting to catch up with Damon Hill towards this corner. But as we go in, Damon Hill squeezing me out there. What on earth is he doing? This is not the time to be battling. Because, I'm leading here. I'm putting you a lap down, Damon. Let me get through. And he wouldn't do it. As we go down the hill towards the hairpin, you see just pulls away so much there. Like he's pounding extra gears. As I look behind, I think I can see why he's a bit reluctant to try and let me through. Because Ralf Schumacher's been catching up, but if he just let me through, Ralf would be less of a problem. So I try and get through in the final corner, and he knocks me wide. But I think Eddie Jordan gives him an absolute bollocking here. So he's going to let me through, hopefully. There we go, he's let me through. And he has now chopped across Ralf Schumacher, so Damon Hill retains that 5th place for the time being. But Ralf Schumacher's got to run into the chicane. So as I go through, I can't really tell what's happening, because I've got to concentrate on myself on these corners. As I go into the final bend, I look behind, and it's Ralf Schumacher that's come out ahead on the other side, so he has got past Damon. So where Damon's been really messing around, he's ended up costing himself the position. So going to lap 58 here, coming up behind one of the profs again as we go into the hairpin. So just being a bit cautious here, trying to go around the inside then the outside, but he has let me through. I just got a couple more cars to pass, and it's a clear run to the end. But going into that left-hander, as I mentioned, you know, with the banking, you think you can carry a lot of speed in there, and then you can't, and I lose my position to Prost. But the Prosts are being very nice today. I think Eddie Jordan's probably had a chat with Alain Prost, saying, you know, if my car come behind you, just let them through. As we get past one Prost, and I think that is a Benetton up ahead. Bit hard to tell because they're both blue, and I've got a very tiny screen that I look at this screw. So getting past, it was a Benetton. We've got another Benetton of Fisichella, so usually people are running in line of stern. So go into the chicane, get past this Benetton hopefully. He sticks to the inside, but he's not going to let me through here, so I've got to go the long way around here. But the Benetton finally lets me through as I start lap 60, so just a handful of laps to go. So going past the other profs now, and I believe that is Johnny Herbert. That is Johnny Herbert in the Stewarts. So got past the Prost, now need to get past the Stewart. Seems those two are always battling all year long as we try and go through the inside of the left-hander, but you can just see Ford Power just pull them away. But I will get past as we're climbing up the hill here. It's always a bit nerve-wracking, but or maybe I'm not going to get past because they don't want me to. So you go into the left-hander, surely got to get past going towards the chicane or coming out of chicane. I can't be losing time behind the Stewart. I look behind, I can see Ralf Schumacher's been catching up with me. He's still got Damon very close behind. As go through and get past the Stewart, but that's some bad news up there on the top of the screen. Fuel low, and it's enough to put me off. We go through the final corner. I don't have enough fuel to finish. I've got to make a third pit stop. So we go towards the end of the lap here, and I'm actually going to get a bit of good luck as we go through. Safety car has come out, so it's going to slow everything up. So all I've got to do is do this pit stop and come out in the lead, and I've won this race. But will I come out in the lead? So just a quick splash and dash, so just put 5 laps of fuel in just to make sure we can get to the end. Will I come out in front of whoever is in second place? So underway again, and as I come out the pit lane, I look behind me and I can see a white coloured car, which I think was one of the McLarens at first, and I had a little bit of a panic, but it was actually the Stewart. So panic over. So come out in the lead. All I've got to do now is just close the lap, and I have won this race. So go towards the end of the lap, caught up with the safety car, and as I said, just got to cross that line, and I've won the race. So we go into the chicane for the final time at massively reduced speed, and safety car will pull in, and
The race is on. There goes the safety car.
all I just got to do is just do this final corner as I come through, try and think how do I celebrate, and
A glancing blow on the wall.
I end up doing pretty much a Justin Wilson there, although Justin Wilson didn't hit the pit wall in that F3000 race. So there's the top 6. So it's myself from Hakkinen, from Irvine, Ralph Schumacher, and the person who retired was actually Damon Hill. So in terms of Drivers' Championship, that's probably the best I could have hoped for in terms of Irvine's result, finishing in 4th. So he only gains 3 points. So have a look at the full race results. So Damon Hill drops right the way down to 14th, so not good for the constructors. So we'll go over to the Drivers' Championship. We'll see what that does. So Eddie Irvine will stay in the lead, but his lead in the championship will be severely reduced. He's on 82, and I've got 74, so that's the closest it's been all year long in the Drivers' Championship. And just thinking, what on earth happened? Because just a couple of races ago, I think he was like 23 points up, and he's now only. Well, I'm just trying to work out my maths here. He's only 8 points up now, so he's dropped 15 points in the last couple of races. Hakkinen is 3rd on 57, so he is out of the Drivers' Championship. So it's just between myself and Irvine. Coulthard has 41. Michael Schumacher will return at the next round in Malaysia, so he stays on 28, followed by brother Ralph, who's got 22. Damon has 19, and Rubens Barrichello gains a point and has 17. Moving on to the Constructors' Championship now, and with those 3 points that Eddie Irvine got today, Ferrari have all but won the championship. So as long as they don't drop any points over McLaren in the next 2 rounds, they have won. McLaren are in 2nd place. They got 98 points. Jordan in 3rd with 93, so still pretty close for 2nd in the Constructors' Championship. We'll be able to leapfrog them in Malaysia and Japan. Williams have 23 in 4th, followed by Stewart with 20. BAR have 10. Sauber and Benetton have 2, so quite close for 2nd place in the Constructors and quite close for 4th between Williams and the Stewart, so we'll see what happens there. So next race will be the first ever Malaysian Grand Prix, so who knows what will happen at that one. We've also got the return of Michael Schumacher, so Ferrari should be on the ball for the last 2 races. Hopefully they can just close out that Constructors' Championship, but also Michael really needs to support Eddie in these last couple of races, because he seems he might be cracking under the pressure now. He was, as we said, he was 23 points up at a couple of races ago, and now it's down all the way to 8 points. So are the wheels starting to come off Eddie Irvine's championship? Is the momentum on my side going into these last 2 races? If you want to see what happens on that, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the bell. Leave a comment down below. Are you liking this series? Because I'm thinking about doing it for F1 2000 once this one's done. I'm thinking about doing it as Jenson Button in the Williams, so do his debut season. But if that's what you want me to do, hit subscribe, hit the bell, leave a comment, and I'll see you next time in Malaysia for the first ever Malaysian Grand Prix.